Hello, it's Striker Joe, and I'm really in trouble, aren't I? I don't think that they're going to leave me alone this time. Oh well. Well, it's just a setback. This episode is basically dedicated to a few things. One is reestablishing this outpost as something that I can service, retrofitting the Aegis, and adding the mainframes from the quartz stone fortress back into my main base. So I got quite a bit to do here. And so I'm going to be waiting for this to finish constructing so that I can then go into the list and figure out how many mainframes it has. But I do know I only had to destroy one to take it over, so maybe that's all I could recover. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what my ruling is on this, but it'll probably become my official ruling when that comes. Also, I have easy access to both of the Grey Talon's fortresses if I just cut it a little bit through Lightning Hood territory and don't mind fighting over mountains. It's not practical right now because my fleet is not outfitted for that. Like, I'm going to need to have better fuel protection and stuff like that. So yeah, of course, I still have this thing, which is the fueler. I'm going to replace that with the other version soon, but I'm probably going to move that to a forward base somewhere here so that I can have resources delivered there. Because I think the next faction I'm going to take down are the Onyx Watch, because I need a change of pace. I need like enemies that I can easily crush and not take too much of a hit. And the Onyx Watch are like the second faction you're supposed to go after. And that's probably going to be good enough to keep people from getting angry at me and declaring war. However, I still have to do a little bit more fighting as the Lightning Hoods are coming in. And of course, Javelin's not complete. So I can't do anything about that. So I'm going to go and put this in times 10. That should just get you caught up on what's going on. I don't think I can really do anything about this. They're too close. They're going to attack me. And so I have no choice but to just sustain whatever losses. I'll probably wait until the very end when they force the battle, because then I have the most chance. But odds are the Javelin is going to be it's going to spawn in and have no AI, and that's just going to be how the battle ends. But I'm going to be as obnoxious as possible. Anyway, since I clearly have to be here, I'm going to spawn everything, even the satellite, because if I don't, they'll get destroyed anyway. Let's begin battle, and I'm going to do a quick pre-fight examination. So if I look at this, Javelin looks like it doesn't have an engine. Oh, it doesn't have most of its armor. It does not have any functional weapons at all. It has one functional weapon. No, it has no functional weapons. And so no propulsion, no functional weapons, and it does have an AI, but it's not going to work. Okay, and the enemy have two fully functioning craft. So I have no weapons. So we're just going to wait it out. But yeah, the Javelin's just going to immediately get 2 damaged because it's going to fall. Yep. The Beluga Elite's obviously going to do everything it can. And there goes that. And my satellites, of course, taking some damage. Extractor reclaimed some stuff. Yeah, satellite's able to take a few hits, which is something I can appreciate, but... And of course my resource node has been destroyed. There we go, that's 2 damage now. So there goes the extractor. Also, I apologize for that. And now it's just... the satellite is taking quite a bit of time to... Oh, there goes the engine. They took out the engine, so now it's going to fall. And that was that, I guess. So they managed to do this. We could not do anything to stop them. So basically they get this entire area for free. I'm probably going to delete all my blueprints so that they can reinforce it. Because I want to fight them again. Or I could actually leave them, and like we know they're going to reinforce anyway, so I guess that would be okay. But yeah, that's just... Come on, their inaccuracy is actually so bad. Like, I have made designs with so much better accuracy than this. 2 damaged. They knocked off a segment of the dish, and so it's now 2 damaged. So of course, this does kind of cheat in a bit of visibility. So what do I do here?
Listening.
I guess I should just destroy it all so that I don't get to know what they're doing.
Listening.
Let's just say goodbye. And of course, I can now see they're going off. They're probably going to the center of this thing. I'm not really going to worry about it. I'll let them go wreak their havoc. So yeah, I will mention this though. I'm very glad that none of them decided to reinforce this area, because this area was like the most painful area to try to pierce through. I have actually finished spawning the Horstone Fortress, so... Oh geez, this thing is quite impressive looking. I want to see. It has 3 AIs. And quite a bit of an interesting design. Everything's super exposed. This is not my style of building, but this definitely screams Lightning Hoods though. Like, I prefer everything to be sealed up. Also, that's a little annoying how the song is actually like clipping through. And look at this, that's actually like a Beluga Elite that's partially constructed. Okay, so this turret actually was never supposed to fire. Neither was this. But for some reason they're spinal mount, right? I don't know. Either way, I know what I have here. Also, that symbol is pretty alien. That's actually kind of interesting. Anyway, so we have 3 of them. So I'm going to pull this. Speaking of which, why is this thing spawning enemy because the torpedoes don't have tracking? That's why. That's actually quite crazy. So we have 3 mainframes. I'm going to mark that on my tally, and we're going to scrap it. Now I'm going to build my own resource gatherer, which I can afford 41.9 of. I'm actually going to spawn this song in, actually, so that I can watch this get built. Soon I'm going to be replacing this design, by the way. I have an idea for a dreadnought that will be quite amazing. Also, as I'm doing this, I want to get the relay module, which is just the module at the tip. And I use that because I need something to channel through. Like, I'll do all like the configuration and everything when I'm done. And honestly, this relay module should be enough for it to finish construction on its own, with its own available resources.
Listening.
I can like configure this after the fact, but for now, I'm not going to worry about that.
Moving now.
And that should actually get everyone over there. Once everyone's over there, I'm going to start my conquest. In the meantime, however, I want to go back to my base. To do the honors, we have enough resources here, so let's get this. 1, 2, there we go, 3. And then suddenly get like 140 something, which means something has provided me with excess. Either way, those are the 3 new mainframes. I'm going to be remodeling this as well. I could make this completely different. It's basically nothing more than a ramshackle shed that houses a server. I could do this way better. And of course I have, and like, this is just like me conquering 3 factions, by the way. Like, all of these are just solid blocks of mainframes, which, by the way, in of itself, just having all of these mainframes is a detection system of its own. And I think if I knew how to set this up, I could even make them in a very accurate detection system, where each successive mainframe provides even better targeting information. Well then, with that out of the way, it's probably safe to just pull everything and accelerate. I'm going to be waiting until the Aegis gets back, and then I'm going to perform an upgrade to it. So first things first, I want to move the Freya.
Listening. Moving out.
Well, actually, I want it to be
Moving
a max
out.
height. That shouldn't matter though.
Listening.
I want to scrap the Freya, which should give me a very large amount of resources.
Listening.
This thing will capture all of those resources, and then I'm going to retrofit it to the newest version.
Listening.
I'm going to
Moving
want
out.
this to move all the way back. I'm going to probably just leave it, and this area is just going to fill up with some resources. Okay, so I had finished upgrading the
Listening.
Aegis. It's at its maximum altitude. And it's at its maximum speed. Okay, so now I'm just going to use 10 times speed and watch my fleets as they come and get into position.
Receiving.
I'm going to move the Javelin in a little,
Moving now.
and I think it's pretty obvious how this is going to go. We're going to do a
Moving now.
sneaky little
Moving now.
touch to try to goad them into attack. I thought I could press stop. So yeah, so 27 meters a second. So they have a dagger, a teravolt dagger, and ability elite. Better than terawatt.
Receiving.
So we'll wait for everyone to return back to their positions. Then we're going to prepare for battle ourselves. It is very calm. The seas are calm today. Let's see. They won't be calm for long though. So, dagger, Beligally, teravolt, and dagger. So mostly aircraft. We have a javelin though. It shouldn't be a problem. Let's make sure the slider is at max, which it is. Let's just begin this battle and hope. No. Everyone. There we go. So one dagger's already in the water. Let's see what happens here. Looks like we've already dealt some damage to the sea vessels. You can see the javelin's missiles are going after the wrong target. Some of them have gone after the dagger though, and that dagger is going down. AI dead in one volley. Good. The Terravolts are pretty ineffective actually. But they're targeted, but one of them hit the tadpole, and the tadpole doesn't actually have any real shielding of any kind, or smoke, because it's a small target. Looks like the MacLeod's been hit very badly, as Terravolt's weapons are actually dealing pretty massive, like actually completely defeated it. Now unfortunately the javelin's far too close to its target to really be able to engage, I think. So it's firing at something at a higher range. Oh geez, is this actually going to ram? No, of course not. I was concerned for a moment. Also, a little bit of friendly fire I've noticed. Yeah. That's the end of that. Javelin's moving in reverse. We had gotten a... We just dealt a lot of damage there. This wasn't a hard battle. And of course we still have this one dagger. So let's see. Well, that dagger is gone. You can tell by the shells landing all around it that it has been on the receiving end of a pummeling. And of course the artifice has done its thing. I think it's the reason why those fleets were so damaged. So, yeah, do any of you need repairs? Yes, the answer is yes. I think it's going to be to just attack this left area.
Receiving.
I'm not going to worry too much about the Primogenitor right now, because there isn't a reason to. I'm just going to start sending... If I zoom in, actually, they'll keep formation, so...
Moving now.
Let's just do this. Okay, so we're going to actually fight some white flares, because that provides us an easy path. I do actually have confidence without the song, but I'm going to fight with it. And I'm going to also pause the game, because it's been a long time since we even saw white flares designs. And I want to take a look at them again. Spiky as usual. They're very high in the water, as usual. Then you have the Retaliator, which is extremely dangerous, but not nearly as bad as a Perforator. We have more than enough shielding, so long as the tadpole doesn't get targeted, which I doubt it will. That's not a problem. We have Threshers, which are not a threat. Actually, not a threat to this song. If they target anyone else, they're a threat, but I'm going to hope that they don't and just target the song, because the song has weapons specifically designed to prevent Threshers from dealing their damage. And it looks like it's going after the song. Good. They also have Martyrs, but the Martyrs immediately getting targeted by the Artifice. Oh, it was. Oh, but... Oh, that Martyr's definitely dead. Unless the missiles think there's a hotter target. AI dead. Wait. What went AI dead? Oh, there was a little boat behind this. And it just immediately went AI dead. Oh. Well, we know it is supposed to have an AI, but got hit by an EMP, didn't it? Must have been. Or got sniped. Oh geez. Oh geez. Oh geez. I see shells flying at the... Yep, we took out one of the turrets. Okay, that's good. We took out one of the turrets, so it's not going to crash the game yet. That's significant. That's a significant victory. Because each oh god. I'm sorry, I cannot speak today, but the retaliator turrets are extremely dangerous, and taking out one of them means that 33% of their firepower is gone. Of course, the artifice is dealing damage. Looks like all of those missiles are going after the artifice, which is good because the artifice... It also makes sense that they're going after the artifice because it's heat-seeking. Also, south, something with frags got shot. The artifice actually has good enough laser defenses. Also, I need to check this. So it looks like a martyr. There's still martyrs running around. Okay, that's not good then, because one just went off near one of my ships. Oh no, it just went off near this, and this had, of course, been knocked back. Nope, we're actually missing... We have no keep-away weapons, so that better be taken out on its own. We just managed to stop intercepted. Okay, okay. This is actually quite dangerous. I should have spawned in some nukes. Anyway, as expected, most of these missiles are getting shot down. Looks like some of them are landing. The EMP won't have any effect on the craft. Looks like we took out a turret. Oh geez. Yeah, we took out a turret. There's only one left now. And hopefully... Yeah, our shield took the brunt of that damage. And our top armor seems to have just barely been enough to protect the laser assemblies, so... Yeah, so now the main threat here isn't even the Retaliator, it's actually this Thresher, which is AI dead but sustained by repairs. That's still scary. Song's avoiding it. Looks like we took out a martyr. Come on. Well, it's AI dead, so it can't possibly be targeting me anymore. Yeah, it's listing away. Yeah, there goes that. That's actually everything, huh? Also, we're taking some EMP to the Javelin, but the Javelin doesn't care. The Javelin hardly has anything that is even susceptible to it. And on top of that, their equivalent to my PT boats are extremely damaged. How is this still alive? There's no way this is still alive. But it is anyway. That's weird. Anyway, this Retaliator has seen better days. Oh jeez. That is a lot of damage. Okay. So of course, I am actually very surprised that this gun is still up, especially given the fact that its clips are actually almost exposed. Just one or two good hits are going to take out this gun, and that'll be the last bit of offense it has. It hardly can output enough missiles, and the missiles seem to be attracted to like anything that has enough engine power to have laser defenses. So yeah. Also, I'm noticing that I don't see the tadpoles anywhere. We might have sustained losses. Unless the tadpole sank. Which is possible. Also, the last turret's gone. Yep. 2 damaged. It's reasonably safe to say that we won this. They can no longer fight back. And I'll do a post-mortem because this was a really large battle. I want to kind of know what it looks like for repairs. But I guess it's safe to say that the white flares are no longer threatening. Because there's like anything that we have just can like outdo anything that they have. They've just advanced too far in tech to be concerned, I guess, at all. So yeah, so what's going on here? So why is this ship still up? Does it still have, like... Well, I'm not going to be able to see. Oh, that one's AI dead. So it's no longer worried and worrying, and this one's now finally 2 damaged. But evidently the AI didn't get taken out, so that's kind of a surprise. Come on. There we go. So, I'm going to do a quick little check here. Yeah, the Javelin's very much, it's hardly taken hull damage. No actual serious damage aside from some damage to the propulsion system. And some damage to the laser warners, but other than that, it seems to be mostly intact. Let's see here. The Primogenitor is has some damage. Looks like there are actually some places where the armor is only 1 meter thick. That's slightly concerning, but it never seemed to affect it. Some propulsion damage. Looks like I took some damage to the top of the turret, but since it's like the turrets are armor themselves, it doesn't actually matter that much. And then the nose has a big gaping hole in it. Probably because it was targeted. Okay. Wait a second. Is that heavy armor? What was I thinking putting heavy armor to partition this? That's actually a weird choice. I don't know why I used that. I don't know why I picked heavy armor to partition pieces off. Maybe because I thought it would provide a little bit of extra protection for ramming? I'm not sure. Kobold is a little scratched up, but surprisingly intact as well, with some minor damage to the superstructure, but mostly acceptable. Artifice should actually be completely repaired by now. It's not, but it appears to still have its combat functionality. It did lose some of its sensors though, and a little bit of its top armor. But and it actually took damage to its laser assembly through the side. But not very major damage. And then the Song, the last vessel, because I think the tadpole's out of action, actually started repairing itself quite rapidly. And yeah, the entire left side is screwed up. Entire left side is breached in multiple places. So yeah, the entire right side is basically pristine. None of the mains were taken out, but the front and back turrets were, the keep away cannons, and that could have actually decided whether I would need to resupply them or not. So, gotta keep an eye on that. I don't actually have a tadpole, do I?
Receiving.
Oh, I do. It's only 84. Ah, that's because when it dies, it sinks to the bottom. And it doesn't have much. It looks like it's got all of its propulsion systems. So why did it sink? Ah, if I look at the bottom here, there's no engine at all. The entire engine was gutted. Okay. That explains it. I also lost a lot of its bottom propulsion. This is surprisingly intact. I thought it was gone. Okay. I'm going to get a satellite up at this point. I need to be able to see what I'm doing. 51, 61, 81, 91, 100. Now we have a very clear view of what we're doing.
Moving out.
That should actually be more than enough to see what's going on. Huh, so this is actually interesting. So instead of them taking these lands, they've instead gone back and reinforced this specific tile. I'm going to ignore them, because once I just take back this one tile, it should be fine. Okay, let's do a small battle. Lightning Hoods should have more resource than me, but they shouldn't have as much capacity to fight. So 2 arms and a dagger. Why is there smoke? Why is there... What is going on? How high up is this? What in the world? Well, I think I know where I'm going to be standing. This is most unusual. There's just a laser from the heavens piercing down here. That's a little weird. But yeah, anyway, these don't even stand a chance. We don't have the numbers advantage or the block count advantage, but we do have a much more durable design. So let's just try this and see how it goes. Wish me luck. So, dagger should just immediately get taken down by the javelin. I'm actually going to go in. It's like, yep, javelin took down the dagger in one fell swoop. The missiles are re-engaging to the arms, but getting hard countered. It was still worth it though, because even though the arms can handle the missiles without any issue, which it looks like even now, it's like, looks like it drains. So yeah, now we have a numbers advantage because of that hard counter. So now it's just up to the kobolds to deal enough damage. Looks like the arm's going to want to ram. What are you doing? You're going right into its path. Oh, you're dealing maximum damage though. And the javelin's finally able to deal damage directly to the arm. This is great. Looks like this arm has been disarmed. It's been disarmed. Looks like the other arm sustained a full volley and became AI dead. That's good to know. So this is actually their last attack. Everything after this doesn't matter because we can just set up again. Oh, that looks like it hurt. Also, it's like storming out. Oh yeah, there's no way this arm is surviving this. Look at that, that looks so painful. Also, it looks like the storm's actually throwing the... Oh, it really threw it off. Well, it looks like we managed to win anyway. So one funny quirk about like the PID-based system, the craft will comfortably just sit underwater if it had to. So, yeah. No. Javelin's actually being buffeted because some of the areas are actually like too deep for the PID system. Otherwise, it's like, I can be a submarine. Well, that's funny. Okay. Anyway, we should pull everyone out and say everyone can repair. No one needs repairs. And I think this is a good place to end the episode. So, like, all I have to do between this episode and the next is put these, like, configure the relay module and stuff and get, like, and set up a trade route with the new version of the Aegis going back and forth between it all. And then I'm going to go straight to Laram and do the same thing. I'm going to spend some resources to set that up, and then by the time you actually see the next episode, I'm probably going to be in the workshop working on a new dreadnought that I'll be able to afford because I'll have 4 resource zones. So see you then.